Okay, so we can say this. Now, I'm not sure how it works, but it's almost like, how can I say this? Have you ever been to the laundromat and brought in your clothes? And, oh, doesn't that look like a set of glasses in the back? Or a pair of, I'm going to redesign that and finish that off to something. So you end up looking for your clothes. No, I'm sorry, sir, your suit is not here. What number is it? Oh, it's number 91. I see something like that. In fact, I saw something. First of all, let me answer that question that Jen asked me. Um, how can I say this? The question was, is it possible that the creators want to grow at the same time they want man to be able to see that there is growth and we can possibly take over space, giving them hope that one day we won't have anxiety over overpopulating this planet? But I see it a little bit different. I almost see it like ranches. When I have that little piece on Urantia, and I believe in that so much, it's almost like we're hung up somewhere, okay, in a certain area, pretty big area, you can fly a plane in it, eh? Crazy. And so we're all hung up in a certain area, and no, we can't go any further. There is no further. At the end of the furtherness, the new age always sets in. The age of Aquarius comes in. Man gets wiped out, but doesn't really make a difference if man gets wiped out, because all he does is he's never left. He's in his bedroom right now. We're not here. If I die, my spirit, my reality of me, my spirit is not dead. My spirit is not here. It's only here electronically, brought in through the other world. My spirit connects to this body. It connects the energy of its thoughts, okay, through the flow of whatever that the air is. You breathe the air. The minute you get that air, it's like sending things on the computer. It goes across through different wavelengths, and it gives you the information that you breathe. Every breath that you take is recoded because of who you are. You recode every piece of information that's coming down right now for certain areas is all the same. The minute you breathe, that information gets recoded. And then you uncode it and you know, oh yeah, that's what I was thinking. Certain things like that. I'm not exactly sure if we shot around the kook a little bit. Now, we can also be at the same time just going around, and our world will just be going around like this. But there'll be hundreds of them. And we all be going around and around, and nobody would really ever notice anything. And for all we know it, is inside of Jupiter can be one Earth, and inside of Saturn could be another Earth. And then there's Earth, which is in between the two. Maybe we're all working in sequence together. They used to have 60 moons on Saturn. 60 moons represents the number 4, and all of a sudden number 4, which is the value of 60, and has the U letter in the vowel, it says FO, which is OF, which is 66, okay? UR, which is 36, the creation of 6, of 66, part of 666, OF and X, Fox. I haven't really done anything on it this week, but this is my new one. It's the one I'm working on now. It's a little bit darker, eh? There's one guy over here. He's eating a fish. See the fish here? And there's the snake over here. Anyways. I mean, this is... If Snowden, okay, if that guy Snowden is a tattletale, if that guy Snowden has said anything wrong, I really have to completely re-listen to again what he said, because I didn't hear anything any different that one of you guys that are watching me right now didn't say or think at one time. Some of you have never said certain things because we don't think of everything right away. You bump into something, you say, oh shit. You weren't thinking of saying oh shit, but you weren't also thinking of how to create an answer because you don't even have the question yet. And when you do have the question, you're always looking for the answer. Isn't it so great to be able to empty yourself out with the truth and reality that you see, have the compassion for the people, and at the same time, as you're expressing your vision, I also try to go inside within my own vision to see at what level there could be a reality of my own vision. But I try and tell you what the reality of my vision is somehow, and I see it. Do you know where I see it? So good, it's a 5-minute video. I'm going to send you to a place where I've seen it before, okay? You need to go to the certain area, and you put your mouse on the page, and you drag it. You press it, you drag the page over and over and over, and it's going to show you a heartbeat design over and over and over. Why? Because every time you move the map on certain sites that they have, it just keeps going around and around and around. When you get the 31st of the month, the next day is the 1st. We all know that, so it's just going around. That's why they say, oh, it ends. No, it doesn't end. Earth made a number end. But for life itself, it always goes on. We're not counting the other number. It's just if the next minute arrives, then it's real. It's history. As long as time goes by, everything that goes by has become history. So the page is like this. It's 7286. It's NGC 7286, okay, in the constellation of Pegasus. You have to move the screen back and forth. You have to move right almost near the bottom, because that's where it's located, and just keep moving it, because Pegasus is the lowest rank. I mean, according to what I see inside of what I've been looking for. Let me think. So if it's not that number, you look up NGC 5281. Okay, I want to get back to one thing I mentioned about Monopoly, that they don't mention to you, if they say Monopoly 36, that means go to New York, okay? Because if you want to design Monopoly, you want to design it on this, how do you want to design it? That's my first thing. The second thing is, I have a question. When you want to make a perfect triangle, okay? When you want to make a perfect triangle, now I didn't try too hard, okay? Now you see how many boxes would I have to go to this way, to up, to down? Without, I want to go from this corner right up to here. How do I know what angle to choose? I go following corner to corner. But if I follow corner to corner, this is what I get. It's longer here than here. I want it to be perfect. That means, is this a fake? Is square not fake? I mean, is square fake? Is there another way to do squares? Is square fake? You understand what I'm saying? Because I can't get it perfect there. It opens up as I do it on squares. But in roulette, it shows you, listen to this, and I hope I'm right because I already did the design, but it shows me 3 squares in roulette versus 5. 5 and 3, 3 and 5. Because 3 and 5, before 23 exists, 3 and 5 is before that. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 plus 5 is 8 is number 23. And I know that El Señor, okay, now I don't know from where, but we all know that at least one, if not all of them, are all reptilians who are right now, were or have been lately the last presidents that are remaining in the United States. Bless them all, they worked their heart out, especially Bill Clinton. I guess he worked something out. But that's okay. See how old that guy got? He got old so fast. My God, he got old so fast. The other thing is, I just have to say this really quick, but all this Alzheimer's and stuff, it's a caused disease. It had to be learned on how you can re-establish the mind when you come back. Because maybe they really never got this reptilian stuff perfected. Maybe they could never come back properly the same way. Maybe it was taking them too much time to come back. But now that I think they gave us the Alzheimer's disease for more than one reason, and one of the reasons is because they were learning for a cure. That's why all of a sudden for Alzheimer's, 10, 15 years after Alzheimer's has really come out and got bad, now they have a cure. Well, they have a cure because they're the one who started in the first place. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Doesn't that look like a race car? Think of it a little bit quicker. It's the letter H. Vroom, 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 vroom. Paul Walker. taken out of his seat while driving. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. I'll be with you a little bit later. Thank you for watching this video. No harm meant, eh? I mean, no harm to anybody. I'm doing this videos from the goodness of my heart. I only come here to tell the truth. So if you think I'm affecting your life in any way, please, I'd like to know. Something I really never ask anybody. If there's some way I'm actually hurting your life, I want to know. But don't be one out of a million unless I mentioned your name. Then it's a different story. But I mentioned no one's name. If you tell me don't mention your name, okay, I won't. But if it's only a first name, it really makes no difference, and I cannot help. Just in case you're the same first name as somebody else. They made more than 26 first names. You know what I'm saying? You think? Okay. Anyways, Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Constellation of Pegasus. Really and truthfully, if we are anywhere, I think that's exactly where we are. In the constellation of Pegasus, somewhere at the bottom. So if somebody works with any kind of facility to see out at night, first of all, make sure you have the real moon outside. Make sure you have the right night, because it's not night every single night. And make sure you can see towards where the constellation of Pegasus is. Either it's right at the top of everything or it's right at the bottom of everything, because what I see at the bottom might be at the top. Just like the calculator, when you look at it, the number 3 is on the bottom right, but on the phone, the bottom right is the number 9. Number 3 and 9, 39. The top right on the calculator is 9. And on the top right, it's number 3. Nibiru, Earth. Then we come Earth and Pluto, right-hand side. We want to recalculate everything. We got to use the phone face, and we got to use the calculator. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. This is a whole lot better than being down and deceived. And I should never be down and deceived again. All I have to do is slow my pace down and try and think of one thing, because once I start thinking, man, it feels good. Thank you for watching this video. Oh, there was one other thing. I just saw the word hatred. Well, this says, heavens 8 red. Heaven is 8 red. So that means it's a heart with the diamond, because in order to live in this life, and it's red, you need the heart, but you need the diamond with the heart. That means the spade, the footing, okay, the footing of a spade, okay, actually, I believe, comes from the footing, okay, the spade comes from half a heart, half a diamond. But if you split, if you cut off the top of a heart or the bottom of the heart in the heart card, and you cut that off, what do you see? Here's the heart. Oh, I'll get off the toilet. I don't know. Put your bra back on. Look, 5, Roman numeral 5, and number 3. 5, 3 again. Hey, where's the bacon? Hey, where's Pumbaa? 3 by 5 is 15. 3 plus 5 is 8. We got number 23 again. 3, if this was 35 and 23, would make 58. If it was 53 and 23, it would say 70, 76, 58. 58 stands for the single angel. Black, it's A and J. But red, it becomes 19 and 1. So they own your spirit moon. Do you know why I said that? Do you know why I said that? Because what we did is we took number 53 and we turned it around. So we'll add up 5 times 3 and 5 plus 3 to the 35 or to the 53. Don't forget, it would be the 53rd RD against the 35th TH. 5th, 35th, 53rd, 35th. Harder to say number 5. That's why, okay, they say it sank. You understand? 5's hard to say in French, and in French the word says to drown. What happened to the 5? Oh, it sank. The cat sank. When you say, tell me the fox in 2 numbers, the cat sank. You understand what I'm saying? The fox is number 45. The cat is number 24. But the cat, okay, in French is number 4. Number 4 is cat. Sank is the number 5. They're saying the cat sank. So now they're saying 45 is the cat and it sank. So now we have to think what it means by the cat sinking being the same number as the fox. In what situation? All it means is man counts. How? Because when you add up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, it equals that 45. So who sinks or who's being buried? It's man in his head. Don't forget, the cats bury their crap inside a litter box that looks like Mars. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Back to hate red. Red is 27 and 34. 34 stands for 1. 8 now stands for 1 because it's the 1 heaven of the red. 9, 9, and 9. 27. 3 by 3 by 3. Saturn, when we add it together, we get Saturn with the one spirit. This is the number of moons that were on Saturn. There was 60, then there was 61, but I'm not following all the moons. But the number 61 that pulls me is the letter P. The one spirit of 6 is the 613 laws of Moses, which is some cock and spoken story made up, because otherwise it's 613 laws. You see 6 and 1? Man is 3 creation. One spirit is 6 light. Man is 3 creation. 136 is the letter P. The only thing man gets is the line that comes on the R. That's the only difference of the P. And don't forget, the R goes like this all the time, almost like a pump, because he's pumping himself up. The H is here and here. I put a plus sign between the two because it's I and I. So I and I is a plus sign. So when you see it this way, you now have 4 windows. On this side you have the letter E. On this side you have the letter E. Here you have an 8, and here you have an 8. 3, 8, 8, 3, or 3, 8, 8, 5, because this looks like a 3. The E is the 5th letter, it becomes a 5. Just like Earth, the 3rd planet Earth, 3 and 5 again. Here you got the E, and here you got the E, but this one is a 3E. 38 back to Hoover Dam, and 85, this is the spirit matrix, because 85 is the number of matrix, and it is the number of the water, the silver water, S-I-L-V-E-R. You have to write down, do Cadillac, Porsche, and that's it. All the presidents. Raphael 7286. The constellation of Pegasus. We did hate, we did 8, and oh yes, we forgot about the last one. Okay, hatred is almost like saying 8 red, but you also now have to think of number 100. So now I thought of 100, and I think I'm going to try and write 100 down, but when I say 100, okay, 100, okay, says 100. Take away 61 from 100 is 39. 13, 13, 13. 3 suits in the deck of cards. 1 and 3 is Earth and Mars. 100 is 8 and U. Hue, just like human. 100, human. Hand, red. Hand red, human, hand red, hand ride. Hand ride, it's a hand ride. That's what it is. It's a horse and it's a hand ride, because that's what they say at the racetrack. So man who's a hand red, who's with hatred, who's back to Saturn, when you cut off the top of a heart, it becomes 1 and 3. Okay, but it's a hand ride. 8, 29, 43, 43 and 4, 47. Time, Barack Obama, and then time. First you get 29, you're born into this world. The cross goes on your back, and you move to 43, Barack Obama, which is Earth and Mars. Then you come back to Mars over here. So that's number 47. That says death and life, time. So 47 and 27 of red, 57, 67, number 74. Number 74 minus the 34, excuse me, number 74 minus 61 is 13. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 equals your 7 Uranus, connected to Earth and Mars. You have number 74, which is the center of the gematria tree. When you add up 5, not the center, the H center, because there's an H center and there's an I center. The I center starts with 5, 14, 23, 32. That equals to 74. And then you have the H center, which what you do is this row over here. This is 16 and 19 red. This is 17 and 20 black. This is 18 and 21 red. And this is the 7th inning stretch. You go in between all these numbers because you've made the bet. You put one bet over here, one bet over here. You can't do it. In order to bet all these numbers, you have to put a bet here, and you'd have to have one more. This is not a good enough design. Although I showed you 3 rows, this is not a good enough design in order to make the bets on roulette. So therefore, if I cannot make the bets from roulette and I want to use it as a proposition, I must design it the same way. And there they go. In order to do this, I needed the outside line here and the outside line here. Then I needed the wall on this side and the wall on this side. I got 4 walls with 1, 2, 3 lines. 4 walls and 3 lines to connect 3 numbers. See, that's why Earth and Mars works that way. One of the reasons. And then we have these, connecting these 2, connecting these 2, connecting these 2. No matter which one comes in, I've made 3 bets. So either I can make the bet, I have to make the bet this way. Because by making the bet this way, it takes this one with the bottom and the top, the bottom and the top, the bottom and the top. If I just bet them between each other, I wouldn't be connecting 2 sides. By betting them between each other, 16 goes to 17 and 17 goes to 18, in which 19 goes to 20 and 20 goes to 21 in between, but we'd still have to connect it up and down. So I guess when you bet the center of the board to connect the totality of the 6 numbers, 3, 6, 9 numbers, you'd bet up and down. Do you follow me? You bet between 15 and 21, taking 2 rows of 3 and 3. So anyways, once you bet this, any one of these come in, you get a total of 17 back. You get the 17 back plus the 1 over here, okay, is 18, and you lose these 2, so you end up with 16. You end up with the 1 spirit of 6 light. That's what happens. You end up with the 1 spirit of 6 light once you make this possible, which is the 1 in 6, and it's only living one time in life, and that's when you're living your life. Otherwise, it's not here. But wherever you are, you will be a number in a design and a shape, making up for the DNA strand of the area in which you become some kind of life. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching.